Okay, it is Thursday, November 25th, 2010. It's Thanksgiving Day, and we're just getting things wrapped up inside the house for our meal, but I just want to do a quick update. I only had some time to kill. What I'm building here, it's almost completed, is going to be actually the pen that I keep the broiler chicks in when they're outside grazing. They actually just turned 4 weeks just yesterday, as a matter of fact, and so they are ready to be moved out, and it's going to be around 20-30 degrees tonight and tomorrow night, so I'm going to wait for another couple days. It's supposed to be back up into the 60s and stuff on by Sunday, so give me a little bit extra time to finish this up. I just got the materials for it yesterday, but it's a pretty simple contraption. You may have seen plans like these online as well, and I didn't have any plans. This is all straight from my head, I guess, and that can be good and bad, but I tend to be able to come up with my own ideas better than I do following other people's ideas in a way, but still have to get some more support beams and a couple different fittings for it. You can see these two bars going across here. They're kind of sagging right now, and I've got this bar here going along the bottom, and it's got the little cross fitting on there. I need to get another T-fitting so that I can put a support beam going up to that bar here, and then I'll put another bar along the bottom and a support beam going up there, just to give it a little bit of stability in the middle. This right here, running along this area, is their roost. You can see I just have some pipe coming up with an elbow on each side, and I'll have this pipe going across there for them to roost on, and it'll be about 4 or 5 inches off the ground. I don't want it any higher than that. In fact, I'm thinking about even lowering it a little bit. These chickens are really prone to breaking legs and things like that, and I don't want them jumping around too much any higher than they need to be, because the more weight they pack on, which is beyond my control, unless I want to starve them to death, the more weight they pack on, the fatter they get, the quicker they get, and sometimes they get fatter than their bodies can support pretty quickly. So I want to be careful with that. This area actually where the roost is that you see from this bar back is going to be actually covered with a tarp. So it'll give them some protection from the sun, the rain, and the elements. The tarp will actually probably come down. I'm hoping I can get one big enough, which I probably will, that'll come down along the sides as well, to kind of give them some protection from the wind and the rain that kind of drives here. This area, it's not windy right now, but like yesterday we were having 20-30 mile an hour wind just about all day, and it gets pretty brutal here. It's hard to do anything. I couldn't even hold my hacksaw on these pipes steadily to cut. So it was pretty frustrating. This is the door. I guess this whole thing here, and none of this is glued yet, but this will be the access to the inside of the pen when I go to feed them, do whatever. And it just is a pretty simple idea. Just I've seen it on another plan. Basically, this is just the door itself, the door frame. It needs to be trimmed a little bit, but it has just a slight bit of overhang right here, and it should fit flush on this other pipe. But I'm going to trim that before I get everything finished on here. But this door is made out of 1-inch pipe. Everything else on this is made out of 1 1/4. So I just took some 1 1/4 scrap and super glued and zip tied it to the main support beam that we have going across here. And then the 1-inch pipe fits perfectly inside that 1 1/4, so it makes like a natural hinge for it. So that way you have it to where the door frame is secured to the pin, but you can still lift it up. So that's that. And walk over here and I'll show you our broilers. So like I said, they just turned 4 weeks on Wednesday. This is about the time you would be moving them out, anywhere 3 to 4 weeks. If it was nice, warm spring weather, 3 to 4 weeks. Since we're doing this kind of at an inopportune time with the weather, we're playing a little bit safe. But as you can see, they're getting pretty big. I went ahead and laid down some pine bedding. Speckles, don't you get me. Those are speckles. Some pine shavings out here. They had actually gotten to a point where they just exhausted the grass that was out here that they were playing around in and stuff, and it got to where it was really mucked up with a lot of manure and stuff, and I don't like my chickens laying around in that stuff. And for the next few days or so, they're gonna be just laying out here on some pine shavings if they want to be out here, but they're still free to come out into the sun and fresh air as much as they want to, and they can also go back in their little house. That's that ramp. You can see one just poked his head out there. And inside there is more thick bedding of pine shavings and their food and everything else. So I keep their water out here because I noticed one thing. The water tend to get their bedding wet, and when it got wet in there, it got really musty, and it got to a point where it was just not healthy at all. So I moved it out here. I figure if they want to drink, they can drink it out here. If it spills, it spills. It's not a huge deal. But that's it, 4 weeks, and still going strong, still living. And for as hard as these birds are supposedly to raise, and what I've heard, I've been really expecting to lose some by now, and knock on wood, I haven't. Tonight's going to be a real test, though, I think, tonight and tomorrow night when it gets down to the 20s, but like I said, that's why I'm keeping them in this environment here for a while. We're not using their heat lamp anymore. I kind of want to harden them off to the weather a little bit as well, so we'll cross our fingers and see how we go tonight and tomorrow night, and hopefully everything's still good. We just give them the best environment we can and let things run their course. We can only do so much, so, and that's it. But I just wanted to kind of give this update, and we will follow their progress again probably next week, and the week after, and the week after, and let you see how big they're getting, and we'll go all the way to the point where they are actually dispatched and processed. So that's it. Until the next video, thanks for watching.